Dexter Henry here with Stefan Bondy, New York Post Knicks beat writer at Summer League after the Knicks fell in Game 2 of Summer League action to the Nets 92-85. But Summer League, we don't care that much about the score. We care about the development of the players. And Steph, got to ask you about this. Rokas Jokubaitis, second time playing with the Knicks here in Summer League. He's getting more acclimated to the NBA game. What have you thought about what you've seen from him in the first two games?
Well, it's been rough. I think certainly in the first game it looked like there was an adjustment. I think he got a little bit more comfortable today. That's to be expected. I mean, listen, he didn't take part in the little mini training camp that a lot of these Summer League players did because he was in the Olympic qualifiers with Lithuania. They lost in Puerto Rico. He flew straight to New York, and then they flew straight to Vegas. So an adjustment period after that, hectic schedule is certainly to be expected. But listen, I think my big takeaway to him isn't about what he did on the court. It's about what he said afterwards, which was he feels he's ready to make the jump into the NBA, and that's something he's looking forward to. Whether or not the Knicks feel the same way is the big question.
Yeah, and that's going to be something we're going to be watching from him. We did hear him talk about that after the game. Obviously, fans also want to know about the Knicks' top two picks in this year's draft. Pacome Dadiet played better today, didn't shoot the ball still well, 4 of 13 from the field, but 11 points, 8 rebounds, did other things in the game. What do you think about his performance?
I thought he was a lot better today than in Game 1. I thought he looked a lot more comfortable, and you get to see the upside with him. He's only 18, but he's got a ready-made NBA body, and he's athletic, and he was aggressive today, and he actually had 2 3-pointers fall down, I believe. In Game 1, he had 2 airball 3-pointers,
right.
So that was a big difference. And talking, privately with some scouts, they see the big upside with him. They think it was a good pick. So, that I got to see that today because I was skeptical because, after watching him in Game 1, I got to see that what everybody was talking about today.
Let me ask you this, because after Game 1, he talked about the adjustment for him was the game being so much faster here in the NBA. Do you feel like you saw him adjust to the game speed today in Game 2?
Yes, that was a big adjustment for him. I feel like he was able to keep up, whereas in Game 1, he looked overwhelmed. And also the other adjustment he said there was a problem was the three-point line in Europe is actually a little closer. So, he's got to get used to that. I don't think he's totally used to that. But that is something that will progress as he keeps on playing in Summer League.
Now, this Knicks fans got really excited about Tyler Kolek after Game 1. Very strong game, 7s across the board, 7.7 rebounds, 7 assists, no turnovers. I was impressed with that. What do you think of his performance in Game 2?
Not as good. I think the shooting, he scored late there, but he's had a couple open 3-pointers that he didn't knock down. He got blown by on a huge possession by Gilliard from Brooklyn, and that kind of led to a 3-pointer that actually changed the direction of the game towards the end there. So, yeah, I thought he's composed with the ball. He's a good floor general. We saw that again. We saw that in Game 1. We saw that again today. But I thought the other stuff wasn't quite as good today.
All right, last thing I got to ask you about. Yesterday on Monday, the Knicks announced the signing of Cam Payne, guard who will be joining the team. What did you make of that signing? A lot of fans were thinking, hey, this doesn't look good for Deuce McBride and where he can be on this roster. But what do you make of this signing by the Knicks to sign Cam Payne?
Yeah, I mean, that was an area of need is for them. Is a backup point guard, somebody who can handle the ball and play make. Because although McBride has the body of a point guard, he's not a point guard. He's a 2 guard in a point guard's body. So we saw last year in the playoffs, certainly against the Pacers, where that became a need. They relied heavily on Alec Burks, who's not really a point guard either, to pick up some of those playmaking duties when Jalen Brunson's not on the floor. Cam Payne can theoretically do that. I don't know how much he has left. I know he has a good relationship with Mikal Bridges, made that played a part in him coming. But you saw in the series against the Philadelphia 76ers, the Knicks against the Sixers, he had some moments. So he clearly has some stuff left, and I think this was an area of need for the Knicks and not necessarily an indictment on Miles McBride.
All right, there you go. We'll see what the Knicks do more in terms of the offseason, what they do here at Summer League. They have another game that Steph and I will be out here to check on Wednesday to see what happens there. That is Stefan Bondy, the great New York Post Knicks beat writer. Steph, appreciate the time. We will do this again after the third game.
That's right.
That's right. No problem.